this video, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process of building a hotel marketing plan. And I've created a free template for you to use, which you can download from the link in the description below. Whether you're just getting ready to open a new hotel or you're kicking off your annual business planning, your marketing plan is a key document that you're going to come back to all year long. As we all know from the last year, plans do change, but you do need a plan to start with. If you're new here, my name's Jen, and on this channel I talk about all things hotel marketing, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. So, how do you create a marketing plan for a hotel? Typically, your general manager and different department heads will gather every summer to plan for the following year. This is when you decide what that big picture objective is before individual teams break off and brainstorm and start putting together their different budgets. During this time, marketing should be communicating with everyone. Sales, events, revenue, food and beverage, even recruiting and HR, so that we all understand what different areas of the business hope to achieve and how marketing can support. If this is your first time working on a hotel marketing plan, or you're just looking for a bit of a refresher, keep watching because I'm going to break down all the different parts that go into a typical marketing plan. I've gone ahead and created a free template for you, which will help take you through the whole process step by step. So if you want to pause the video here and grab that right now so you can follow along, go ahead and do so.
Ready?
We're jumping right in with the first part of building your hotel marketing plan, your executive summary. This should be a broad overview of everything you're about to present in your plan. It really sets the tone and introduces that big idea or big picture objective that you're working towards in the upcoming year. This is also where you'll want to mention any important context that's driving your plan, like a major renovation or launching a new product or business segment. Even though this is the very first thing in your hotel marketing plan, most of the time it'll be the last thing you write. So if you're following along using the template, just hold off on this part for now and write your executive summary at the end of this process. The next part of your hotel marketing plan are your vision and mission statements. While an executive summary probably changes year to year, your hotel's overall vision and mission should stay pretty consistent. If you're part of a larger chain or brand, this has probably already been done for you by the head office. Otherwise, writing your own is a great way to get your entire team involved and invested in your vision and mission. A clear vision statement is your guide, your direction for where you're going in the future. Vision statements are aspirational, like Hyatt's vision to create a world of understanding and care. On the other hand, a mission statement gives your hotel a sense of purpose for the present. It's about who you are and what you do right now. What's your immediate objective? For example, Hyatt's mission is to deliver distinctive experiences for our guests. The third step of creating your hotel marketing plan is to do a market analysis. This is all about breaking down the major variables impacting your business and guiding your decision making. So one way to think about this is to use what's called the 5 C's. That's your company, competitors, customers, collaborators, and climate. Start with your own company. Think about what's happening at your hotel that could impact your business next year. This could be a renovation or a rebrand or even launching a new revenue stream. Next, think about your competitors. Whatever's going on in your comp set can help you spot upcoming challenges and opportunities. This includes things like new openings, adding more suites to their inventory, or even a change in their pricing strategy. The third C is your customers. Listen to what your current customers are telling you. Are you noticing any changes in their behavior? This will help you start building a target guest profile later on. You should also be thinking about your main collaborators. These are the external partners that help you generate more business and bookings. This could include your convention and visitors bureau, your public relations firm, a top producing travel agent, or any other service provider. Finally, the last piece of this is the current climate. And unless you're in a seasonal destination, I don't necessarily mean the weather. Are there any new laws and regulations impacting the hotel business in your market? Is there political unrest? How's the economy doing? People tend to travel less during a downturn, and as we've seen during COVID-19, many companies are cutting back on business travel, and many couples are choosing to elope or have much smaller wedding events. All of this is due to changes that that are beyond your control, but it's still important to think about as you start shaping your strategy for the upcoming year. Those 5 elements combined will help you understand what is going to be realistic to achieve. The next step of creating your hotel marketing plan is to look at your pricing strategy. Now, here's where things can get a little confusing if you're maybe newer to marketing inside a hotel. So, you'll want to make sure you're talking to your property's revenue manager or whoever is responsible for setting your rates. The really short, sweet version of this is 4 basic pricing strategies: economy, penetration, skimming, and premium pricing. Here's kind of a visual way to look at it. Economy pricing is all about filling as many rooms as possible. That means selling rooms at the lowest rates with the least amount of promotion necessary. Generally, this isn't something we often see in luxury or upper upscale hotels because they don't want customers to think they're lower quality. But sometimes, like if you don't have any budget for promotion or advertising, heavy discounting might be the best way for you to fill rooms. Penetration pricing means selling your rooms or services at prices lower than your competitors. This is a strategy that a lot of newer or pre-opening hotels consider because if you're pretty similar to your direct competitors, pricing yourself just underneath them can help you gain a bigger share of the market. Skimming pricing is basically the opposite of penetration. Instead of undercutting, this would be when hotels set their rates just above their competitors or even higher. Usually, hotels do this to signal exclusiveness or quality to customers because we often assume that higher prices equal higher quality. Finally, a premium pricing strategy for a hotel means charging high prices for a product that's already perceived as high value or excellent quality. One example of this would be a Four Seasons hotel. They've built up their brand in such a way that they can charge premium pricing for abstract benefits like the sense of status and prestige that you get from staying there. So when you're working on the marketing plan for your hotel, you want to think about where you're positioned price-wise in comparison to your competitors. And if you're using the template I linked for you below, you can do this by moving around these markers and getting a sense of how you compare. Step 5 of creating a hotel marketing plan is to do what's called a SWOT analysis. You're probably already familiar with this term, but quick refresher, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. When you're thinking about strengths, think about your unique selling points. Strengths can be anything from a great location and strong brand name recognition to your wonderful employees and highly rated service. But maybe your location isn't so great. Be honest about the weaknesses that could be holding your business back. This could be negative online reviews, a lack of dining outlets or good gym facilities. Maybe you know that your hotel website is long overdue for an update. Weaknesses are internal things that you might not be able to address due to budget or just things that are beyond your control. Things that you potentially can address are opportunities. 2 places to look for these are market trends and your guest feedback. Do a little research to find new audiences you might want to engage or maybe a new revenue stream to launch. Finally, the external factors that could negatively impact your hotel are threats. This could mean changes to your OTA agreement or a sudden increase in Airbnb listings near you. Some other potential threats would be new hotel openings, maybe even a recruitment or staffing shortage. Anticipating threats early gives you the time to take action and come up with solutions. Every hotel is different, whether you're a boutique hotel in the middle of a big city or a laid-back resort in the middle of nowhere. Doing a SWOT analysis helps you figure out your competitive advantage, areas of improvement, and importantly, where you have room to grow. Step 6 of your hotel marketing plan would be going back and pulling some historical data. It's important to know where you're starting from, not only to track changes, but to make projections and set goals for the upcoming year. The data I suggest including would be number of rooms available versus sold, your market share, your average rate, your revenue per available room or RevPAR, and your occupancy rate. Ideally, your hotel is tracking these things every day, and hopefully you have a few years worth of pre-COVID data to give you a nice, simple snapshot or graph that you can just pop into your marketing plan. Now, obviously, if you're a brand new opening, you're not going to have any of this information yet. You probably did your research during the development phase, so try and pull whatever metrics you can from the competitors in your market. Step 7 is to create your target guest profile, or in some cases, you might want to create more than one. Knowing who your customers are is a major part of building a hotel marketing plan. All of your strategies and tactics have to be built with this profile in mind. Use any data sources you have available and start pulling insights. Your booking engine, Google Analytics, and even Facebook can tell you a lot about your current audience, including their approximate age, their location, their reason for traveling, and whether they stayed with you before. You should also survey other departments to gather more anecdotal information. This will help you hone in on your guests' interest, their pain points, and other relevant behaviors. When you know what really motivates people to choose your hotel, you can speak to them directly through your marketing. Step 8 is to look at your hotel's market segmentation. In hotels, we typically segment bookings into a few different categories that basically tell us where the booking came from and what specific rate they booked. Some of these categories include your public or best available rate, which means the best rate offered on your website, over the phone or email, or another commissionable public rate like on an OTA. There's also discount rates or promotions, which includes opaque or hidden discount programs, promotional rates, and packages. Negotiated rates are typically discounts that were negotiated for corporate businesses, governments, or airline crews. We also have wholesale rates like for tour operators or FIT, free independent travelers. And then there's your groups. These are specific rates for businesses, leisure, conferences and meetings, weddings, social events, and incentive trips. Generally, smaller properties might not have such a varied mix of segments, but it's still important to understand where your bookings are coming from so you can allocate your marketing budget and your effort wherever you'll have the most impact. Okay, at this point, we've laid a ton of groundwork. So with all of that in mind, the next step is to determine your overall marketing objectives. Think back to the big picture, hotel-wide objective from the beginning. What specifically can marketing achieve to help you get there? Let's say your big picture objective this year is to grow occupancy. You can do that in a few ways. You can focus on brand awareness or reaching more people. You can focus on groups and try and book more weddings or social events. You can focus on retention by pushing your loyalty program and getting more guests to book repeat stays. When you have a sense of your broader objectives, it becomes easier to pinpoint which hotel marketing strategies you need to prioritize. Your marketing channels. I'm focusing on direct bookings, but know that you can always adapt your message specifically to travel agents, consortia, or even OTAs if that is where you've decided you need to focus. There are all kinds of different marketing channels you can use to promote your hotel. Some of the big ones include content marketing, SEO or search engine optimization, there's social media, pay-per-click advertising, PR, and email marketing. Now, I want to be clear that you don't have to do all the things to have a successful hotel marketing strategy. A lot of these channels actually overlap and feed into each other. For example, content marketing is valuable for SEO and gives you something to share on social media and in emails. For a lot of more specific hotel marketing ideas, check out some of the blog posts I'm linking to in the description below. Now that you know what's happening in your market, you've gotten clear on your audience, and you know what channels to focus on, you need to figure out how you'll measure it. That means setting SMART goals. Goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. If getting more direct bookings at your hotel is the top priority, website traffic and conversion rate will be important metrics for you to look at. So you'll want to have some specific but realistic business goals against each. To measure something like brand awareness, you could look at metrics like mentions in the press, or follower growth across your social media accounts. Just make sure you're also setting a time-bound deadline for your goals. For example, you want to increase follower growth by 15% in 1 year. Once you know what you want to achieve, you can go deeper into how, creating specific marketing tactics for each channel. Personally, I like to start thinking about this using a basic booking funnel. There are so many different touch points along the way, from awareness down to booking and retention. So it's a good idea to think about how and where you need to show up along the way. Some top of funnel marketing strategies for hotels could mean growing brand awareness through your social media and press coverage. Around the middle of the funnel, you have your interest and consideration stages. And this is where SEO and content marketing can help you get found by potential guests who are researching a trip. Then at the bottom of the funnel, you have the actual conversion or booking. Your paid advertising channels and email marketing are usually very effective at moving someone from consideration to purchase. Finally, the experience or the actual stay itself. If you deliver a positive experience or exceed expectations, chances are good that your guests will return and tell other people to book too. If you're using the free hotel marketing plan template, you'll also find slides included for each of these main marketing channels we talked about earlier. Start filling this in with some specific tactics and ideas so you have some clear action steps in mind for each of your important channels. Finally, the very last step of creating your hotel marketing plan is to propose a budget. What do you need budget-wise to realistically accomplish the marketing objectives you've laid out? Budget is often a pain point, especially right now as of summer 2021, but marketing doesn't just happen. It requires resources, equipment, software, a budget for advertising campaigns or hiring agencies, even for extra training or team development. If you're feeling stuck on what you need or constrained by a tight budget, check out my recommendations for free or budget-friendly marketing tools and software. That's also linked for you in the description below. At this stage of planning, you've done the work and you know what your objectives are. Now you need to show your GM and other stakeholders that you have a plan of action to get there. Business planning season is often a negotiation, so don't be afraid to ask for more budget at first, understanding that you may end up getting a bit less to work with. At the end of the day, you're the marketing expert, and you know what you need to help drive the business forward. Don't forget, there's a free hotel marketing plan presentation linked for you in the description below. That free template is there for you to fully customize however you want to fit your brand and business. This was a long one, so thank you for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into hotel business planning. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, feel free to hit that like button or leave a comment below. And subscribe for more hotel marketing tips from me every week.